we'll go off topic, and I mean, I guess this is kind of like a Quentin Tarantino film podcast where we'll jump back to other topics. But living as a dad in Phuket, people, again, don't understand that it is quite difficult because there isn't that support. So a lot of people that are planning to move here, I don't think they realize the cost of international schools. And okay, as a single, like, I'm sure I'm a father somewhere out there, but as a single guy, well, I have my girlfriend. Sorry, cut that.
No, don't cut
and
that.
we're back.
So you're just saying you were a single guy, yeah?
No, I'm almost married, yeah. But for me, it's fine. The cost is nothing, I mean, except for last night's bar bill. But as a single father or just a parent in general, like, if you're coming to Thailand, you have to put your kids in international school. People, do they not understand that? Do you connect to people back home that say, hey, I love what you're doing, I'd love to come out there? You know, old friends, and you go, wait a second. You got to understand what it costs to actually live here.
I never tell people that. The only reason being I've never been asked, if I was being very honest with you. I think there are options for schooling. You can go to a Thai school, and obviously it's free. I still think you have to pay a little bit. You go to the English program school, which is the Thai curriculum but taught in English, but that only goes up to a certain age group, or you go to the international school. For me, it had to be international, because if I do move around and do move wherever it may be, they need to move schools, so you needed the international education. It is super expensive. It's crazy. And the problem that is I then, from what I'm paying, expect private school education. And I think the issue I'm getting is I'm not getting what I think is private school education. What I'm getting is just normal kind of education, which isn't bad, but I think sometimes what I'm paying for and what my expectations are, you know, and what we're getting doesn't really meet up. Yeah. So yeah, it is expensive. Uniforms expensive, but listen, it is what it is. What can you do? You either don't go to an international school. I think Phuket's expensive. If you want to have, I mean, look, Thailand, everyone says, oh, Thailand's so cheap. It's so, yeah, it can be cheap if you want to live with chicken and sticky rice. And if you're a single person or you're a young couple that don't have any other responsibilities and you want to get on a motorbike every day, then you can live for cheap here. Mm-hmm. And it'll be a great life. I wish 30 years ago I'd come to Asia. You know, I could have had a great life. It's not as cheap. If you want to have, you know, if you want to go to Villa Market, other shops are available, of course, and you want to buy normal food at Villa Market, it's expensive. But I'll go to Tesco's, go to wherever, super cheap. Yeah, okay, but sometimes you want good quality food.
After a couple of weeks, you need to kind of...
You know, and I get my meats from Macro, and it is relatively cheap, and you have to shop around. But it's not as cheap as what people think. It really is.
And healthcare as well. It's crazy.
Healthcare is nuts.
I had a motorbike accident.
I see a little scar in these.
2 weeks ago. I mean, I don't have healthcare here because now I've kind of passed the point of I'm afraid. It's kind of like I haven't had it so long that I feel that if I get it, something bad's going to happen.
But as a Canadian, surely do you have healthcare in Canada?
Canada, it's free. I lived in China for 7 years, and you don't need it there because it's dirt cheap. Like I had a little spill one night in China. I just kind of fell over, cut my arm open. It was like 50 baht. They stitched you up. Here, they go stitch you up at the hospital at Phuket. You're going to spend 10,000 baht.
No, it's a ridiculous amount. And I think the problem is I do think you get ripped off here in many ways, from the very bottom street carts right through to the very top big businesses. Everyone tries to make a buck out of you. They really do. But that's...
But not just against the Farangs, against the Thais.
No, it's not.
As well.
I wasn't even... Yeah, it's against everybody.
Everyone. Like, if you're Thai and you want to go to Phuket or Bangkok Hospital, you're still paying that
Absolutely.
pretty penny. Yeah.
You get ripped off.
Now, we're going back. You said you might go back to the UK. Do you have like that 5-year plan where you're looking to, or is it kind of just, you know, what you're doing now, you're going to continue doing until a certain point in time?
I have no idea. I'm not very good at planning. I couldn't even plan today. I mean, right now I'm thinking about my afternoon. I've got to go and see Benny for a meeting down at one of the beach clubs.
Carpe Diem.
Yeah, go see Carpe Diem. Then I've got to go pick up the school or kids at school. Then am I going to go to the night market? That's as far as I'm thinking. Right now, I'm about to probably make a big decision with my own podcast, which I think I've already made a big decision just because I want to have more time to produce other stuff. But leaving Phuket right now, I don't know. I'm making good money, so make
Yeah,
hay while the sun shines.
It's hard to make those decisions in this high season as well.
But I did have a plan when my daughter was 11 and goes to senior school. I don't know what the difference is when different people from different countries, but when she goes to big school, that I was going to go back to the UK. She's already turned 11, so I'm not sure that's going to happen now.
It's not happening.
If you enjoyed this content, we're doing 5 clips like this a week. If you want to watch the full podcast, click here.